and welcome to the Python tutorial series. My name is Daneyal, and in this session I'll discuss about the file handling in Python. When you will work on a actual project, you will find that you are working on a file and and you are performing some operation like reading and writing operation through your application onto the file. So what is the file and why it is required? So file is actually a storage compartment where you store the values, and in application you can read the data from the file to perform some operation, and if your application produce some output, then you can write those data onto the file to save your record, to save your result. So a file could be of two types. One is your text file. Textual file means a file that is in human readable form. That could be your plain text file, source code file, XML, JSON files. Another type of the file is available that is in the binary, and that is called the binary file. Binary files means media files, for example, images, audio, video. That is not in the human readable form. It stores the values into the binary format. So we can differentiate the file into two parts, two types, that is text file and the binary files. And Python is capable to perform the operation on both type of the files. So let's see first that how to perform the operation on the text file. So which type of the operation we can perform file? So we can perform the operations like we can modify the data onto the file, we can delete the data onto the file, we can add a new data onto the file, we can create. So these kind of the operation we can perform through the file handling. For this, Python provides some special functions that we use to perform these kind of the operation. Uh, Every time a student asks that file handling is a very tough topic and we are not getting that how to perform the operation of reading and writing. So let me clear, file handling is very easy. First of all, you all have to understand that what are the steps involved in file handling. So these are the steps. First of all, you will open your file. If you want to perform any operation, for example reading, writing, and for that Python provides one method that is called open, only one method. And here you will pass your file path and the mode in which you want to open your file. The mode could be your reading, writing, appending. So there is only one method, and after that when you will open your file, you will perform the operation of reading, writing. For read, there are three methods that we use to perform this operation. One is called a read, second one is read line, and third one is read lines. I'll discuss about these methods in detail in the code part. And for the writing, if you want to write some data from your application, it's from your code, then you will use two methods. One is called write and second one is write lines. And make sure that whenever you have finished your operation, you have closed your file. And to close a file, we call a method that is f.close. And why we should close? Because when you open a file, there are so many resources we use of the operating system to open a file in our application. So we should release those resources whenever our work has been done. So let's see that how to perform the operation through the code. So first of all, what will you do? First of all, you will open your file here, and as I said, first of all you will pass your path. Path could be of two types. One is relative path and second one is absolute path. And I have already explained what is relative path and what is absolute path in OS module. Just go and watch if you don't know that what is meaning by your absolute path and what is the meaning of relative path. So just go and watch OS module, you will be clear about that. I will use a file, as you can see here. Just look at here, let me magnify this. As you can see, one file is available, data.txt, and here I have some data onto the data.txt. Some lines are here: Python tutorials for the beginners, file handling in Python, files are storage compartment of your system, and fourth line is Python by daneyallari. So now I'm going to read all the data through application. For that, what we'll first do, first of all we will open. So first you need to pass your file. Okay, and since we are going to read the data from the file, so your mode will be read, and to read the data, R mode. And to read the values from the file, there is a method that is called read, and after that you will perform the close. So I hope all three steps has been done: open, read, and after reading, close the file. So let's see that what is the output of this code. And when you read this file, then you need to store somewhere. So I will store into the text, and after that I will print the value. So let's see the output. So as you can see that we are getting the output that is available onto the file. So this is the way that you can read the data from the file. This read method will read all the data in one go, means if your file has any number of the data, it will read all the data and it will pass to the text, and your text will store this one. Now suppose your file has a very huge amount of the data, then this read will read all the data at once and it will pass into the text. So it will use that much of the amount memory into your application. So uh, this is useful when you have less amount of the data. Otherwise, if you have huge amount of the data, then we should pass one argument here, that how much data you want to read from the file. For example, I want to read 100 characters, 100 bytes from my files, then I can pass f.read 100. So it will read 100 characters at a time. So let's see, since I have a small amount of the data, so I will read only 10 characters at a time. Let me print this. Then as you can see that it is printing only 10 characters. And after that, if I call this one more time, then it will read the next 10 data. Okay, so let me print this. So as you can see, Python tude and Oriel for. So it is going to the next line because we are using the print statement, and print statement is after printing the values, it goes to the next line. So we can update the value by using end here, Python tutorial for. So as you can see that we are getting 20 characters. So this is the way that you can read the data. For example, you have 400 or 4000 characters of the data onto your file, and you want to read 100 characters at a time, and you want to read all the data from your file. So you will not write again and again this one. So you can put your code into the loop and you can print all the data. The read method will return, this read method returns a string, and when it will reach at the end of this file, it will return empty string. Okay, so it means empty string length will be 0. Okay, so what I can do here, while I can use this code, if the length of the reading text is greater than 0, then it should print the value. I can write this one. Okay, so if it is empty, then it will not enter into the loop, and if it has data, then it will enter into the loop and it will print the value. And after printing this, I have to update this text. Okay, now you can see the output as Python tude, and every value I am getting as output. Yes, we are getting not in the proper format, so again I need to write here, that is end is equal this one. Now we will get as the data is written onto the file. So this is the first method. I hope the read method is clear. Next method is called a read line. As the name suggests, it read one line at a time. Okay, so if you call this method, then text this read line will read one line. Let me show you by printing the value. As you can see, the first line of your file, as you can see here, the first line is this one. So you can call this method if couple of times, then you can see here that we are getting 2 lines of your file. Yes, I hope this next line and space is clear to all of you, because we are using end a print statement, and print also add one line into your output. Again, I will do the same thing. I will write the end here. And again, you can do the same thing by using the while loop. So while the code by using the while loop, I will leave to you. You will write your code to get all the data by using loop, by using read method, read line method. Next is called the read lines. As the name suggests, it will read all the lines from your file. So what it will return? First of all, let me print this one, then it will make more clear. As you can see, the output is it starts from the bracket, so it denotes that it is a list of values, and it has all the values of the in the form of line. So every line of the data is one entry in your list. So we can iterate this list by using the loop. We know that. So we can write for line in text, that is, and after that we can print the value of line here. And again, I will do the same thing here, that is end is equal this. So as you can see, we are getting this one. Okay, so this is the way that you can use the read lines method. Another way is that I prefer and I use to read all the data from the file is we can iterate this file reference file object direct, and it will return one line at a time. So when you will iterate through this, it will read one line at a time and it will return into the line, and you can get those data as you can see. Okay, so this is the way that you can perform the reading operation. I hope all the methods are clear. Now I'm going to write some data onto the file. So before going to that part, one more thing I want to clear about this reading mode. This read mode is a default nature of your open method. So if you do not pass the R as a second argument, by default it is in read mode. Just look at here. We are getting the same output. And second one, when you are opening a file into the read mode, make sure that your file in existence. Otherwise, you will get exception. For example, data1.txt. As you can see, data1.txt is not available in my application. If I try to open this, then I'll get error, that is file not found error. Yes, we can handle this one by using the exception handling, and since I haven't covered the exception handling, so for the time being, make sure that you are passing any file that is in existence. Okay, these 2 points you should remember. When you are using writing mode, so we use the W for the writing mode, and here I'm passing another file that is data1.txt. The speciality of W mode is, remember two things. First is, if data1.txt, the file that you are passing, is not in existence, it will create an empty file first. Second, if the file is in existence and you are opening that file into W mode, writing mode, so all the data that is available onto that file will be deleted, will be truncate, and when you will perform the writing operation, the fresh data will be write onto that file. Okay, remember these 2 points. So as you can see here, let me magnify that, then you can see that data1.txt is not available, and if I perform the writing operation, f.write method, and here that is the first statement. Okay, this is my first statement that I want to write onto the file. So all three steps has been completed: open, reading, writing. So I'm performing the writing, and close the file. First statement. And so let me execute this code, and we'll see that, as you can see, data1.txt is not available, and if I execute this one, that what happened. So there is no error because it is not showing any output. It means the code is fine. But here you can see that the data1.txt is not appearing. So I have to refresh my project. So as you can see that data1.txt is now available, and on data1.txt, as you can see that first statement is added. Now suppose if you later open your file into the W mode and you add the second statement. So as I already told you that if you are opening into W mode and file is in existence, then first of all it will delete all the data from the previous on the file previously, and it will add a new data. Just look at here. If I run this one and if I open that data1.txt, as you can see that second statement is available. Okay, the first statement has been deleted. You can write multiple lines. Let me do this, copy, and here paste, and this is my first statement that I want to write, and let me run this. So as you can see that data1.txt first statement and second statement, but both are coming into the same line. If you want to put into the next line, then you need to add /n. /n means next line. Let me show you. That is the first statement and second statement. So this is the way that you can write the data onto the file. This is the write method. Now if you have, suppose you have some list, and that list has some data, for example this one, comma, and this is another value into the list, and I want to write these data onto the file that is available into the iterable object, that is list. Then I can use the write lines method. Okay, and I can pass here the object of this list. Only one line I will write and it will execute. So let's execute this one, and let's see that data1.txt is containing this value. Okay, so I hope the write and write lines is clear. Now the requirement is, for example, I want to add some data onto the file with the previous data. For example, data one has first statement and second statement, and I want to third statement into it. So you need to open your file into append mode. Append nature of append is same as W. Only one difference is it will not delete the previous data. It will add new data at the end of the file. So if I write, method will remain same, f dot write, and here if I write the third statement, okay, and let's execute this one. And if I open data1.txt, as you can see that third statement is appended at the end of the file. Okay, so A mode is for append data onto the file. So this is the way by which you can perform the operation. And one flag I want to show you. Let me print that flag first. Print, and if I write f dot closed, okay, f dot closed, so it will show you that the file is open or closed. So if the value is true, it means the file is closed. If the value is false, it means file is open. So let's see that. So as you can see that we are getting false as output. Okay, it means file is still open. And if I write this code here after the close statement, so it should print true. So let's execute. And as you can see, it is printing true. Why? Because file has been closed. So remember this one I'll use somewhere in application. This is the way that you can perform the reading and writing. But one more way by which you can open your file, by using with clause. So with open, and you will write here, for example, I write data.txt, and I am opening the file into the read mode to perform the reading operation, and as F. Okay, so this is called the context manager to open a file. What is the benefit of it? I'll show you. Just wait. I'm going to print all the data from the file by using the read method. As you can see here, with open data.txt read and this one. And if I run this, then you can see that we are getting all the output. But what is the difference between the previous one and this one? When you write this statement to open a file, then you do not need to call the close method to close it, because whenever you will outside of the block of this contextual manager, then it will automatically close by your system. So how to check that? Let me print that f dot closed. I have already shown you. So as you can see that it is returning true. It means file has been closed without calling the close method. So remember this one. So I prefer this one to open a file and to perform the operation. So let's do one small code, one small practice with some real stuff. Now what I'm going to do is, this is your data.txt, and I want to copy all the data from data.txt to data1.txt. So what will you do? First of all, you will read the data from here and you will perform the writing operation onto the data1. It means you have to open both files. First one is in the reading mode, as you can see I have already. So I will write read file. This will read the file, and now I'm going to open another file that will perform the writing. So that should be in W mode, and that file is data1.txt, and here I will write that is write file. Okay, and after that I will read line by line. So I will write line in read file. Okay, read file, and onto the write file I will write all the data, and here is line. That's it. So when you will write this code, then all the data will be copied from this file to this file. Let's execute this one. Let's execute, and as you can see, there is no error. So let's open data1.txt. So as you can see that data1.txt has the same content as data.txt. So this is a small piece of the code to copy of content from one file to another file. Okay, so I hope this to perform the operation using the textual data is clear. Now let's move to perform some operation onto the binary file. So for that I have to copy one uh, binary file into my project. So let me copy that first. Okay, so I have copied one picture image onto my project, that is mypig.png. So let's open that, and this is my image, and I want to perform operation of mypig.png. I want to copy this image into another file. So what will I do? First of all, I'll open this mypig.png here. Okay, me right mypig.png, and as we know that this is the binary file. To read the binary data from the binary file, we have to add RB. This is called read binary. Okay, only for a text, that is R. Binary, this is RB. And I'm going to copy all the data from this file to another file that is called image.png. And to write, that should be WB as write file. That's it. So let's execute this one. And since we are not getting any error, let me refresh this, and as you can see that image.png is available, and if I open this, then you can see that we are getting the same data that is available into the mypig.png. So by this we can perform the operation on the binary files. I'm not saying that this is the end of the binary files operation, but this is only the overview. We can do a lot of things. Okay, I'll cover in the subsequent tutorial, and I will cover more things on the file operations in the subsequent tutorial. So I hope the working mechanism by reading, writing, and appending all are clear into this tutorial. In the next tutorial, I'll discuss about some more modes that is available. This is the basics. I hope that this is clear. In that, I will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching this video, and if you are learning something, if you are enjoying the video tutorial series, then please like, comment, and share the videos, and don't forget to subscribe this channel. Thank you. Bye bye.